I reckon we get right into it. Jordan, mate, this has been happening for too long. Ben Simmons, what is going on? I'm getting annoyed. I think you're getting annoyed. Why
Yeah.
is he not traded yet?
Nothing is going on. That's what's going on. Nothing at all. They've accepted the fact that Ben Simmons is not going to play for them, and they don't care. And I think what angers me more is that none of the players care either. Like Joel Embiid didn't go, "You must trade Ben Simmons or we're going to suck." No, he signed a 4-year extension. Like they're just putting up with Ben Simmons's crap, and it's real. It's really odd. Um, I don't know. I think the thing is as well. There's a couple of things that go into this. Philly want too much. That's the first thing. The second thing as well is like there's no teams really out there that want Ben Simmons at this point. Like his trade value dropped quite a bit, and I think a lot of teams they went out in free agency and they got what they wanted. Like if you look at it, a team the Cavs were really interested in Ben Simmons like not long ago, and then we went out in the draft and we brought in Evan Mobley and we brought in Markkanen. And now it's kind of just that's another team that's just closed the door on the Ben Simmons, situation. Again, I've made this quite vocal. I think there's only one team really left for Ben Simmons to kind of go to, but I'm guessing we'll get into that in a little bit. But Simmons, he's not getting traded anytime soon. Like it's just not happening. I think this could carry on all the way to the trade deadline. That's my predictions on it.
It's pretty ridiculous because, like you just said, they're expecting some monster package, some trade package that includes a star player, like a superstar player, and then all these trade assets and picks. It's just not going to happen. They've got to seriously realize that Ben Simmons' trade value is at an all-time low. He's just not worth what they're expecting. And hey, his contract is really nice. He's got 4 years left. But what Ben Simmons? Let's just talk about Simmons real quick. So he signed a 5-year deal with he wants that bag. You're gonna get that bag if you can get a bag. But then requests a trade a year after on 4 years left. Don't sign the contract, man. If I like, it annoys me how like that's the thing players do now. Players just instead of going in free agency, they will just get the bag, get the supermax, get that big contract they can get at their original team. And if they're not happy, they will just happily request a trade because they know in the end they're going to get traded. If Ben Simmons requests a trade, he will get traded. It's taking its time, but I'm still pretty certain he will get traded eventually.
The thing is too, I'm pretty sure he's losing money. Like because of course a part of the contract is you have to show up, you have to do this and that. If he is not, if he gets traded on the trade deadline, I'm assuming 70% of his contract that year will have just gone obviously not to him, because when the trade deadline, that's like 60 games into the season or something like that. That's probably like counting in preseason, this and that. That's probably 60 to 70% of the season done. This guy, he's going to lose I'm not a mathematician here, but what's 65% or so off 35 million, because that's what he's losing. He's also just losing the bag, and it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, he'll be losing a lot of money. It's a stupid situation from him because if he doesn't actually rock up to training camp, he loses a lot of money, and he's said to, he's actually came out and said to Philly, I am not coming to training camp, so trade me. I don't think it's going to get to the trade deadline. If they seriously wait to the trade deadline to trade him, they are the most stupidest front office. I know they are clearly waiting for Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal to request a trade, but if you're going to sit here and just wait for that when you have a player like Joel Embiid where he's only an injury off his career almost being ruined, you gotta win now. You can't be having one of your really good players just not playing and not using the time now that you have.
Yeah. What's even strange too is they also waived George Hill. So like Tyrese Maxey's kind of their only point guard. I actually don't know if they have another point guard. Who's going to run a backup point? I'm imagining Tobias Harris, right? Is he going to do what he did in the Clippers and just be a point forward? Like, what's their actual strategy here?
That's actually a really good point that you've brought up. Yeah, their point. I'm not too sure about that. That's that would be different. It might be Harrison, I guess, but you wouldn't want. I would really want to try and avoid to have Harris as like your backup 3 and 1.
Yeah. I feel like that there could be a silver lining out of this though. Is if I don't know if Maxi will start. What if they start Thibault, Thibault, Green, and Curry, and then just have Tobias Harris play the role that Ben Simmons played?
Mm.
Because we know he can do it. I'm pretty sure on the Clippers he averaged like 6 assists or something, didn't he? So like that would be a pretty insane lineup. Like defensively as well, Seth Curry, Danny Green, the Thibault. It would be a really nice team. Or maybe they'll be better without Simmons. Who even knows at this point?
Yeah, I think you'd much rather have Harris as like a low post kind of player that he's
Yeah.
been playing for Philly last year, because that's what he's really good at. He's good at getting the ball, kind of doesn't it? That kind of post. He's shown he's really good at that. Harris is really good. Like I know
Yeah, he's a really
you
good
aren't
player.
the. I thought you weren't a fan of him personally.
No, I love Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
You're getting mistaken with me, Simon. Who have you been talking to?
Must have been mistaken. But yeah, I really like Harris. I think he's really good.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I find it's pretty obvious now that Philly are just waiting for Dame, and Dame's not requesting a trade right now. He might request a trade halfway through the season, but Philly can't wait that long. I mean, if you're Philly right now, you've got to think about trading him right now. But hey, if you move Simmons, you're pretty much out of the Damian Lillard race. You're not going to be able to trade for Lillard when you trade Simmons. Who's the asset's going to be to trade for Lillard? What? Tyrese Maxey? It's not.
Well,
there.
that comes to the question of if you're trading away Simmons, it depends on what you get. And I think the team out there that will be very interested in Simmons, we've spoken about this, could actually offer up quite a bit. And I've been saying this for a while. Dude, the Minnesota Timberwolves are like, they are close. They are in range. If they can get Simmons and just, I know they're going to have to trade up a lot, but I'm sure veterans will start to come if they can, have a team like this. And like a starting five, let's just say, who knows, maybe if they were to go out and get Simmons, before we get into like maybe their starting five or something like that, I honestly believe this is a more probable option than Portland and Damian Lillard now. I think Minnesota are that interested in him, and they've shown that they're trying to be that ex-boyfriend where the ex-boyfriend will do whatever it can takes to get the girl. Yeah. And they did this with D'Angelo Russell, and it happened.
Yeah.
They were like that ex-boyfriend that was trying his absolute heart out, and now it looks like they're going to try and do that with Ben Simmons, because they've already been interested in him for half a year. And they're going to be interested in him until the day Simmons gets traded. And that's just going to be the fact. So they're going to try every day to try and get Ben Simmons.
It's weird. There's definitely a few teams that are interested in Simmons, but it shortens and shortens by the day, because there's days where Philly say, nope, we do not want to trade to you anymore. You've annoyed us, even though you're offering us all of these good players. We don't think it's good enough. I think a potential trade, could be Cleveland. I know Cleveland, you can maybe look at maybe Sexton. Again, you have to do some other assets, or Okoro. Or maybe, I know you're not going to like to hear this, but maybe Garland in Okoro.
No. It's not happening. We're not trading Garland. It's not happening.
It's just, I don't know. It's like when they do the trade, they're going to want a point guard in return. And do they see Sexton as a point guard? It's just, again, that's if Cleveland are trading the Philly, I mean. But hey, there's other trade destinations as well. We could possibly see Spurs, like DeJounte Murray, Derek Wright, maybe Devin Vassell. Surely that's a good enough trade. Vassell's a good shooter. He can offer you plenty of shooting. DeJounte Murray has improved. He's really good. He proved himself last year. He's a good defender. He's a good shooter, can facilitate. And Derek Wright, hey, I like Derek Wright. He's a bit small, but good shooter. Like,
he is what he is. I don't mind the Spurs. I actually don't mind them at all, but I don't think any of these teams are interested anymore. That's the thing. I think they've just accepted the fact that it's probably not going to happen. The Golden State Warriors, they're a team that, like, I guess it depends on how Wiseman goes this year. Yeah. But we know they've been interested in him for a long time. But will they continue to push for Simmons? Probably not. I mean, like, the Sixers are going to want Kuminga, Wiseman, Moody, 8 first-round picks, their lunch money. They're going to want legit everything from the Golden State Warriors, and they're just not going to give it up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we've talked enough about Ben Simmons. It's kind of the same thing every week. It's just everyone's waiting just for Simmons to be dealt so you can stop talking about it and just discuss what the future is for Philly and the new team it goes to, because this has been dragged out for so long, and I know I'm getting sick of it. You must be, because hey, because you run your centre half bench YouTube
Yeah, I
and you
make
post
one video
about
about him
Simmons.
every second week. Hey, there's another team we forgot. What about the new Tasmania team? Surely they could offer up something for Ben Simmons. He
Hey,
might go and play there.
I just heard the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers are very
Jack
interested in.
Jumpers, that's it. I'm sorry, I'm never gonna remember that. Jack Jumpers. What kind of a name is that? I don't know. Maybe if we're rich one day, we can buy the Tasmanian. What was it? Jack Jumpers, and then we'll be laughing
Jack
at this
Jumpers.
video.
Yeah.
Okay.